The business culture in Denmark is characterized by a set of values and norms that reflect the country's strong work ethics, emphasis on equality, and focus on teamwork. Understanding and respecting those cultural aspects is essential when doing business in Denmark. I will outline some key elements of Danish business culture that hopefully will be helpful for you when doing business in the country. First of all, a Danish society is known for its flat hierarchy and emphasis on equality. And this also reflects in the business culture, where titles and formalities are often downplayed. It's common for employees to address each other by their first names, even when interacting with manager and executives. So most of the time, the boss will ask you to speak by his name or her name. Danes value a healthy work-life balance. So we typically work reasonable hours and prioritize personal time with family and friends. Overtime is generally not the norm, and most people leave the work on time. Of course, it's different in the case of entrepreneurs and people who run their business. I'm referring more to the salaried employees or contracted employees. Teamwork is highly valued in Danish workplaces. So collaboration and consensus building are common practices. Decisions are often made collectively. So there is no strict hierarchy, like I'm the boss, I make decision, you're my employee, you just need to listen to me. Not really like this. Meetings are seen as opportunities for discussion and for idea sharing. So the growth of the company most of the time comes from the good relationship with the clients. So that the bosses are used to hearing those who are in the bottom of the, let's say, structure of the company, working directly with the clients. Also, as a Danish people place a strong emphasis on punctuality. Arriving on time for the meeting or the appointment is considered respectful and demonstrate the professionalism. If you are a few minutes late, remember about giving a note or sending a text message or calling someone with whom you're having a meeting. I will be late. That is fine. And preferably don't do it being already late. Just do it in advance. So that will be a sign of respect as well. But generally speaking, be on time. And in this case, I like Brian Tracy rule, the American coach. He says that if you're not 5 minutes ahead of time, ahead of schedule, you're running late. Danish people also have a specific communication because they tend to be straightforward and direct. We value honesty and appreciate core and honest discussion. So be prepared for open and honest feedback. And don't mistake directness for rudeness. So if you get the feedback, it is more about the facts, not the emotional aspect of the relationship. Business dress code in Denmark is typically more casual than in some other countries. That is also something that is making a difference in even serious workplaces. In many industries, business casual is the norm. However, if you are having a first meeting with your customer, maybe dressing more formally it will have a better effect on your business partner. Usually, a dress code is in legal businesses, accounting businesses are, let's say, more leisure in terms of dress code. While Danish people may be reserved initially, building and maintaining personal relationship is essential in Danish business culture. Networking is the key to success, and trust is built over time. So when you will be working with Danish people, usually you will get a small assignment to have a test of your relationship, of see how it goes, and then larger and larger business will be developed. Also, Denmark places a strong emphasis on environmental and social responsibility. So many businesses incorporate sustainability practices into their operations, and corporate social responsibility is a common thing day-to-day business. Decision making in Danish business culture is often involving consensus building and input from multiple stakeholders. This process then takes time, but it's important to reach an agreement and commitment of all the parties. Also, Danish people value education and skills development. So the workforce is highly educated and continuous learning and professional development is really encouraged. So there is no assumption that you learn something and you keep doing what you're doing all the time. No, you always have to develop, and taking care of development of your employees is a standard thing. It's an asset, but it's a standard thing. Also, it's customary to schedule appointments well in advance. Unexpected drop-ins might not be well received. So time management is highly regarded in this case. Of course, if you're having friends and you're in a close relationship with someone, it's different, but in business culture, generally speaking, call in advance, set up a meeting by agreeing on email on the time and the date, the specific moment. Also, gift giving is not a common practice in Danish business culture. Gifts may be seen as an attempt to influence or create obligations. So, if you're going to give someone a gift, it will be okay, but after the business relationship is already established, not from the very beginning. And while Danish workplaces are generally flat and egalitarian, decisions might still be made by senior management because there have to be always someone who takes the responsibility. So it's essential to respect hierarchy while encouraging input from all team members. By understanding and accepting the Danish business culture, you can build up positive relationships, foster trust, and increase the likelihood of success in your business in Denmark. So it's advisable to educate a bit about the Danish business culture before entering into any relationship. Generally speaking, also business in Denmark is going slower. If you look at Hofstede Masculinity Index, the whole Scandinavia is having this index in the low level, which means that competitiveness is really important, but being in the balance is also an issue. So try to understand the culture, and if you're doing business in Denmark, try to do it the Danish way. If you have any questions about running a company in Denmark, feel free to get in touch with us. We wish you best of luck with your business.